Hey, what's going on, y'all? You know, it's been quite a long time since I've done a video, so I figured now is about a good time. The winter's definitely over here in Texas. It's all triple digits already, and it's supposed to get up to about 94 today. Today's a Saturday. So I figured we'd do an update, show you around, show you what we've done, what we're working on, goals, projects. Just gonna catch y'all up. So the first thing I want to start on is the house, because that's the biggest project out here. It's probably not the most pressing, because I've still got my house in town, and it's not really essential that we move out here, but it would be nice, kind of save us some money. But so far, we are almost done with what we're calling the spare bedroom. That's the one we're going to be living in first. Bathroom's almost done. Right now we're in the middle of running all new plumbing, so that's new septic. Not the new septic tank, but new sewage lines running out to the septic tank, because all that was all concrete piping and cast iron. A lot of it was cracking, split, caved in, so we're just replacing all of it. All new gas lines. We're going with propane because we can't get natural gas out here, and we're not hooked up to city, so the only thing we have out here is electric. Speaking of electric, that's all done. That's all brand new, ran through the house. We just finished up the last bit of it, which was in the kitchen. That's all rewired. We're also running new water lines throughout the entire house. Now, there was some old copper mixed with PEX, mixed with galvanized, so we're ripping all of it out so we know that whatever's in there is good and is running. So we're getting rid of all that. Now, you're going to have to excuse the lighting in the house. There was only one room in that house that has a light, and that's the bedroom. So we'll take a tour of the house and show you what's going on. Don't mind the mess.
Let me love you. Let me love you. Come here. Come here. Let me love you. Ass. Woo!
Here we are in the living room. Well, what will be the living room one day. But as you can see, right now it is kind of the gathering place for all of the trash that is throughout the house and our materials. That's all the drywall for the kitchen right there. That is all 3/4 inch and 1/2 inch foam insulating tubes for the PEX. Because down here in Texas it does get cold, it does freeze, and the water lines will freeze over. So that's all spare wood and stuff. Oh, I hear birds in the chimney. You guys hear that? Huh. Anyway, so we got gas line coming out right there on the floor where that X is. That's where the new gas line is going to come out for a heater. We are sealing off the chimney, or sealing off the fireplace, because it's actually starting to separate from the house and we don't want to deal with it. There's no flume, no screen. It's just straight up in the air. So we're going to seal that off, and we'll put a space heater with a flex hose during this coldest part of the winter. And that's what we use to heat up the living room. So next is what we call the bee room. If you guys have seen the videos, this is where we had a beehive in the wall. So again, apologize for the lighting. But in here is where all the stuff that was in the kitchen ended up. We still have some carpeting material that needs to go, and we've got all this old stuff in here that was in the kitchen. That's all got to go. So haven't really done a whole lot in here yet. What we have done is work inside the utility closet. Well, this is where the plumbing and stuff is going to be coming up into the house. So right here we'll have our gas hot water heater, tankless hot water heater. That'll go here. Shower over here. We'll have the main water lines coming in and then out throughout the rest of the house. We'll have a gas port down here for the hot water tank. Over here there was an existing gas line. We're going to reuse that spot, not the lines, for the heater in here. And we'll make our way this way, the hallway. Again, nothing much done. This is will eventually be the big bathroom. As you can see, it's still gutted, floors ripped up. We had to create an access point inside the house to get to the plumbing. So we had to rip up all that boarding right there, and that was all dry rotted and rotted anyway. So that had to come up anyhow. So that's our access point. In here in the kitchen, as you can see that big gaping hole, that's another one. We had to gain access to the floors. All this was rotted, so we had to pull all that up. New lines. We were able to reuse this vent because that's still good. But from there down, that's all brand new going to be brand new plumbing. So that water line right there, that piece of PEX, that's coming up. That's getting replaced. That's all good. We got new electrical in here. So you got a GFI over here, another plug here, all new wiring. As you can see, we've completely demolished the kitchen. That was part of the floor that was covering up this nice hardwood floor, which is no longer nice. So Rose went through and ran spray foam insulation all the way up along here because there was these huge gaping holes, and we were getting snakes in the brooder and in the kitchen. So we sealed that up so they have a harder time getting to the baby birds because we've lost quite a few to snakes already. New windows are in, which is cool. The next step after all this is insulation and drywall, and yeah, that'll be continued work on the kitchen. So we'll go from there. We're not in a big rush on the kitchen. We know that we're not going to be getting appliances and stuff. I mean, if the kitchen's ready, appliances won't come till the end of the year when big box retailers and stuff have their end of year sales and everything's like half price and all that crap. So that'll be next. Next room is the study, and here is was the gathering point for all the crap that was in the spare bedroom and whatever was left in here. So we've already started cleaning it up. This pile was about twice its size. Came all the way out here. You could barely walk. Had a little path right here, and you had to step over crap, like, you know, that. So that's my project for today, is to get this cleaned up, get as much of this stuff out as I can. Now, we don't have a dumpster or city trash or any of that, so a lot of this stuff is going to get bagged up and just sat in the kitchen, or not kitchen, the bedroom. Let's start that over, shall we? Alright. So a lot of this stuff, since we don't have a dumpster or city trash, a lot of this is going to get bagged up and put in the living room until we can haul it off ourselves or get a dumpster out here. Whichever happens first. Probably us hauling it out. Alright, so once that's cleaned up, and this will be my project for the day. Try to get as much of this cleaned up as I can. Don't have a tripod set up for the camera yet. I just haven't got one. We don't do a whole lot of videos, which hopefully will change. But I'm going to try to set it up to where you can kind of see the cleaning process, or I'll do it, and then once it's all cleaned up, I'll come back and show you what we did. But the room I'm most excited about, and this is cool. I really enjoyed it. This is the first time I've done anything like this. So in here is the brand new bedroom. I'll turn the light on so you can see. Boom! Oh, nice and bright. So in here's the bedroom. Now, we did have a contractor do the windows and drywall and tape and bed, plus insulation, but everything else we did. So we painted. We got this nice little blue color. Ceiling is flat white, regular ceiling paint we got from Walmart. The flooring, which didn't turn out too bad. And the house kind of tilts and wobbles, and I kind of got excited and rushed a little bit. But this is 3/4 inch partially sanded plywood. And what I did is I had them at the store rip it down into 8-inch strips. Well, it was like a bunch of 8-inch strips, and then the last 7 inches of the board. And then I staggered them. See, like this right here is a full-length board. And then it's cut off, and then there you got more, and then I just kind of alternated. So it looks like hardwood floor, which it kind of is. Then we stained it a I want to say it was, I can't remember now. Hold on. So I still have, I don't think I have the stain can. Alright. So we stained the floors and then added 5 coats of polyurethane. Now the first couple coats, I mean, Rose wasn't too happy at first because it wasn't shiny enough for her. But once I got the 3 coats down, then I sanded it with 220 because it had been like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe longer, since coats. Because the first 3 I did was still kind of cold out, and then winter hit, couldn't do any more. So came back, sanded, did another 2 coats, so that put us at 5. And the shine turned out pretty good. I mean, it needs to be swept and mopped and probably waxed, but I'm happy with it. There's some high spots and there's a little bit of gapping and whatnot, but I'm okay with that. You know, this is our, is the first time doing it. This is our practice room. That's what we're calling it. So, you know, live and learn. Not too long ago, I just finished up the trim. So all the trim is done, except for around the windows. I still have to do those. That's the last little bit to do, and then the outlet covers. But the trimming is done, trimmed out the door, right there. Now, there's a height difference between this floor and this floor, because there is 1/2 inch subfloor than our 1/2 inch plywood, so it's, the floor is up quite a bit. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So we're gonna have to cut a little bit off the bottom of this door to get it to fit again. And then of course it needs to be sanded and stained and painted and all that stuff. It's your door that was originally here. So that's got to get fixed up. Or we'll replace the door, I'm not sure. Okay, then here's the bathroom. So this is still getting worked on. And this will be the next big project. I got to come in and I got to lay more flooring down because of the height gap. And the contractor that originally did this bathroom, I don't remember if you guys have seen it. You guys probably haven't seen the video, or if you have, you'll remember there was a hole around where the toilet sits on the floor. Like the toilet wouldn't have been supported at all. Like all that weight would have been right on the pipe, and that's unprofessional. It's no bueno. So we're going to lay down another floor on top of this to cover up that hole and that hole. Re-drill the holes properly to the right size, right location, lay down, put in our linoleum flooring, and the toilet can go in, and then get a vanity sink over here, get the light switches installed, light up here installed, paint, and this will be ready to go. And hopefully this will be done in the next week or 2. Like I said, we're not in a huge rush. We would like to get as much done as we possibly can, as quick as we can, but to be honest, this is extremely stressful. You know, me and Rose kind of knew what we were getting ourselves into a little bit. We knew it'd be stressful, we knew it'd test us, but not to the extent that it has. So, and a lot of that has to do with me being impatient, wanting to get in, get into it, and be done. But that's just not how life works and the way things work a lot of times. So I got to learn to be patient, learn to take it one step at a time. You know, I'm trying. So that's the house. Let me show you the brooder room. Now you guys may not have seen this. It's kind of messy and there's flies everywhere. It's freaking ridiculous, along with the mosquitoes. It's bad out here. Through this door. Oh, there we go. And here we got the brooder room. This is where we keeping the baby birds. Now it's kind of messy. We haven't cleaned it out in a little while. And these guys are getting big. They're actually getting, there you guys are ready to move out. These guys are ready for the next home. And these guys will probably end up in the barn. Got more of them in here. More guys in here. So that's where we are keeping the babies. We've got some more in the other building. And they'll be moving in here when these guys go out. So Last time I was doing videos, it was colder out. Everything was brown, kind of nasty, cold. But everything's green, lush. We got some really beautiful shade trees out here, nice oaks that cover up this whole drive area. We'll see how well you guys can see this. Okay. Nice oaks. Keeps this whole area shaded pretty much all day long. When the sun's right above us, we got that canopy. When the sun's setting over here, it shades this way. So this is a really nice, cool section. As you can see, I got my hammock out here. It was between this tree and that tree, but the propane tank had to go there because it was over here for a while and it was too close to the house, so we had to move it over there. We got to dig a trench, bury the line, and it's going in the house right over here. So that's the water line, getting ready to go in. So I had to move my hammock. So this is a crappy spot. This doesn't work. You got me all bowed up and weird, so I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna find another spot or set up some posts and set it up by itself. It won't be under trees, which is, it'll be under trees, but not attached to any trees. But we'll make it work. I'll figure something out. Not a whole lot's been done over here. I think the last time you saw this video, it still had the partial wall, the falling down roof, and all that crap. So this is all taken care of, or torn down for the most part. I left this wall. It's kind of an example of the framing on how I wanted to do it. So I got to do some roof repairs, finish cleaning this pad off, and then we can frame it out, put up some walls and ceiling, and get our picnic area going. So that's a project, and it's not pressing at all. The only reason I got as far as I did is because, well, I was bored and didn't really feel like working on the house. You know, after a while it just gets old. So, take you to the next building. Alright guys, so we are at the next building. Now this one originally did not have a, well, it had originally had a door on it, but not since we've been here. And we were originally using it for quail. This is what we're going to call the quail barn. But we've since decided to use it for kind of like a go-between between brooder, like the big brooder. Then the babies will go here or in the barn, and then they go to their coops out in the pastures. So right now we got these guys here. And you gotta mind the mess, we're still cleaning up, so all that's gotta go. We got metal in here. We got these guys. Now at night they get locked up in there, and we close the door and then let them have their little run. And this is all temporary. Rose put this up, and this wasn't up last time I was out here, so Rose did this, which is a good idea. I like it. And inside these cages, inside here, you can't see them because it's dark, we've got Polish, and they are getting ready, hopefully this weekend, to move into the hoop coop that is Rose's building right now, and it's out in the pasture. So hopefully they'll be, hopefully they'll have their new home there this weekend, in the next day or two. Rose is at work right now, so when she gets off work, she'll come out here and start working on animal stuff while I work on the house. What else do we got? Let's check out the pigs. See how they're doing. Mama. Hey guys. What are you doing? Here we got the little daddy. See if we can zoom in on him. He's the quote-unquote mini potbelly pig boar. Then you got Maybelle. She's the standard size. She got herself a little bit too much sun. She fell asleep in the pool, so she's kind of peeling right now. And then the mini mama is in there hiding somewhere too. So she's around somewhere. Yeah, you see, we still got a lot of cleaning up to do around the property. Got the new Can-Am Outlander. Rose won this at a raffle through one of the furniture stores here in town. So out of all the stores in the region, they had all these drawings, and there was only 4 of these. Like 8 of the little kids ATVs, like little 250s, I think, maybe even smaller. And a side-by-side. We didn't get the side-by-side, but we got one of the adult-sized Can-Ams, which is awesome. And because of the tax exemption being on the farm, I think we walked out only paying like $112 for the title transfer. So that was freaking awesome. 112 bucks for a brand new 2019 Can-Am Outlander. And that thing hauls butt. Tell you what, driving around here on the pasture, I can get up to about 55 miles an hour before I run out of fuel. It's like, oh, fence coming, better slow down. So that's that. We did move the gooseneck trailer that was over here. It is now out in the pasture, stuck, full of hay, square bells. All this, I mean, this is ridiculous. Look how tall this is. Let's see if you can tell. So we need to do some. Look how tall this is. This is just a weed, almost as tall as I am. Comes up to my chin. So a lot of this has got to get mowed. The mule is kind of buried right now, dead battery. Idle's rough, doesn't want to stay running. As soon as you put it in forward or reverse, it dies. So we got to fix that. Over here is where we're going to be putting Rose's trowel garden. So we're going to clean this up, till it up, throw some stuff down on the ground, see if it grows. We are not expecting anything this summer. I mean, it's already freaking almost the end of June. It's been raining like crazy all freaking spring long, so much freaking rain. So we haven't been able to plant anything, which is okay. We'll try later. We'll throw some stuff down, see if it grows. If it takes, awesome. If not, no big deal. We'll turn the pigs loose, let them tear it up, and we'll try again next year. Let's see. I'm gonna take you into our brooder house. This is a trailer that was converted into a, I guess you can call it bachelor pad. That's what we call it. So we've been working on this a little bit, and it's mostly just so we can, you know, take care of the finer stuff out here. So in here we got our laundry table set up, little mini fridge because the refrigerator in that room stopped working. Freezer still full of meat, washer, dryer, and we got water running into this place, so we still have that. And in here we had a contractor do a lot of this work because he was waiting on us to do the kitchen, and we had this project sitting around and needed work, so we put him to work. And this is the bathroom and the bachelor pad. So we got the toilet. So he redid all the floors. He installed this for us, took out the old nasty tub that was in here, installed this, put up the shelving, installed the tankless hot water heater. That is electric, it's not gas. We don't have any gas running to this building, and we need hot water, so we went electric. Because the only thing it's running to is this sink and this shower. So we don't really need a lot. And then we got our Rose calls the popcorn babies. So you got a bunch of quail in here, some chicks. I don't know how well you can see in this light. There they are. These guys are, I think, a week old, close, maybe 2 weeks old. They're growing they're growing quick. I mean, when they're only a quarter of the size when they hatch out. So we're excited about that. Look at this light. All right. Now we'll take you out to the hoop coops that we built last year and see how those birds are doing. Alright, I just wanted to show you guys this this view, not of me or of Esther. Hi, Esther. Yeah, she's a good girl. Not much of a livestock guardian dog, but she's a good girl. But this view is, I believe, beautiful. Look at that. Nice green pasture. Nice and open. Everything's nice and green out here in Texas right now. All that rain we're getting. Trees are doing awesome. All that awesome shade. Look at that. It's just so cool. Little Pan Am of the video. Little 360. It's absolutely gorgeous out here right now. Alright, so hoop coops. Here we go. Now before, the only thing we had in here were the black copper morons. We've since expanded because we were getting more birds than I know what to do with. Rose seems to have a good handle on it. But yeah, I think completely lost. We got these guys in here. These are metal nest boxes. And we picked up a bunch of these from a big hatchery I think up near Oklahoma. So Rose went and picked up a whole bunch of those. Got a really good deal on them. So I guess every 5 years or so they have to update their equipment. It's a little hand-me-downs, but it works for us. So these guys in here. In here, we got more. Nice little mix of everything. There's a little naked neck. Ugly birds. Rose loves them. They know it's about feeding time. Every time they see us, they know they're gonna get fed. We got this guy. He just kind of runs around out here. He's a loner. He does his own thing. Kind of checks in on everybody. If the babies escape, he kind of fathers them and watches them. And here we got our peahens. We got 5 of them. Took about a 2.5 hour drive to go pick those guys up. We actually got a really good deal on those. We picked up all 5. Like I hear you. About 120 bucks. Look how pretty they are. Gorgeous. Now their male counterparts are at the other farm. And then we got our Krispy Kremes. These guys are still all by them lonesome. You guys got any eggs for us yet? No? Still too early? Oh well. And then over here we got the 2 remaining mini potbelly pigs. Yeah, we picked these guys up from somebody that didn't, for free. I believe Rose got them for free. We already sold 2 of them. We still got a male and a female left. The males are fixed. They've been neutered. The female's not. And pretty soon one of these guys is going to go to the shop. See if we can't get any kind of meat out of them. So there they are. We got plenty of hay, plenty of straw, half a roof. And surprisingly, all this rain stayed really dry in here. They were actually pretty comfortable, pretty happy. They did really well. They're not quite as timid as they used to be. They'll sniff you. But you try to touch them and they get a little skittish, but that's good. They're not pets, so we don't need them to be all lovey-dovey. In here, this is where we used to keep, we had the Americanas and the Krispy Kremes before they moved to their hoop coops. So now we have our rabbit cage, one of the rabbit cages, all set up nice and long. Some of those guys in there already. They're doing really well. Those are meat rabbits. If I'm not mistaken, those are all bucks. And then in here, we got some babies. Well, they're not quite little anymore. Not too long ago, these guys would easily fit in the palm of your hand. But these are mini Rexes, aka the Velveteen Rabbits. Now, she did have another one like this guy, the little black one, but it looked more like her as black and white spotted. But it didn't make it. So we got the 2 white ones. Actually, we got the black one and the white one, and then this baby isn't hers. That's actually I want to say a California. And you got this mom over here. She didn't have any babies. She had a false pregnancy. She started pulling her hair out and nesting, and never actually had any babies though. Well, she may have had them and eaten them, but we don't know. But no babies. And with maybe she was a sympathy pregnancy from her buddy next door. Who knows? So here we are, another nice view of the pasture. There's our gooseneck that's full of square bales, full of coastal. Oh, that's one that Rose gave to Esther. So this is our little junkyard collection. All those cars were here when Rose inherited the place. But all this over here, all the way to that fence line, or to the tree line over there. And then you probably can't see it. Okay, where that tree is right there all by itself. That right there is the other end of our fence line, or our property line. So the fence runs right across this open pasture. It goes all the way down to the county road. 40 acres. It's a lot of freaking land, especially for somebody that's never lived out in the country before. This guy. So I'm learning. Rose is teaching me a lot. There's still a lot I have to learn. A lot of stuff that I'm learning the hard way. But Rose has been... Doesn't seem like it all the time, but Rose has been incredibly patient. And I know I frustrate her and upset her and piss her off, and I mess up a lot, but you know, I mean, I tend to get excited about a project and go all head on and try and knock it out, and then I get burnt out of it and lose interest, or I don't think it all the way through, end up messing it up. So yeah, her anger is kind of justified, I guess. So over here we've got some 10 by 10 dog kennels that we are using as mobile coops. So they got plenty of shade underneath all these trees. They've got tarps, keep them more shade and keep the rain off of them. But once they start picking all this stuff up down, then we'll move it to the next section. Kind of leapfrog them back and forth in the grass. So these are the AM Samanis. These are the guys that are all black. The cones, the feet, the beak, the tongue, mouth, eyes, skin, even their meat is dark. Over here is where the black copper morons are now. We got the one big guy with all his girlfriends. One of the Americanas got loose, so it's running around. And Silky, so they just kind of run back and forth. And there's a guinea that runs around here too. I don't know where she's at right now. They run around somewhere. Over here we got Pua, the big boy. What's up, Pua? Hey, buddy. What's she doing? What's up, Pua? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. What's up, bud? What's up, bud? Yeah, you good boy. And then there we got quail and more rabbits. It's kind of a mess right now, and Pooh's been digging. He's been rooting around. And then in here, we've got ducks and chickens and a couple geese. So, cool stuff. All right. I guess the next place I'll show you is the barn. Now we've been doing some cleaning in there, doing some work. Rose has been building brooders. Oh, look how deuce. Alright, now it's gonna be pretty dark in here too. I'm gonna throw on a light. See if we can lighten it up a little bit, but it's gonna be dark. Where'd you go? Derp derp derp. There we go. Alright, so over here we got more quail. Quail in there. A bunch of them. We got more quail in here. And all of these guys we hatched out ourselves. These aren't from a hatchery or from another farm. These were all hatched right here from our eggs. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of cleaning in here, moving stuff around. Let's see if we can show you. So we got more chickens in here. These guys are getting ready to get turned outside too. They've only been in here for a couple weeks and they're already starting to outgrow it. I think there's about 50 of them in there. More quail in here. What are you doing? What are you doing? More quail in here. Now this is Rose's design. I don't know if she found this somewhere else or she thought it up on herself. It's pretty clever. Each one of these is its own door. Boom, boom. And it's got a slot right here that goes all the way through, and that is so we can put a piece of 2x4, or not 2x4, sorry, plywood down in between and divide them if we have to. So we can pull the boards out, drop them in, make it one big thing like it is now, or divide it up, turn it into 2 or 3 or 4 or all individual ones. We've cleaned a lot of stuff out of this barn. This used to be packed solid. Still is, has a lot of stuff in it, but a lot of it's been moved. So we still got some more cleaning to do. Yeah, good times. And I'll take you over to the other side of the barn and show you what I've been working on. Alright, so here we are outside the shop side of the barn. This is on the north side of the property. Now there's still a lot of stuff, scrap metal, old mowers and those powered scooters everywhere. There's crap everywhere, still need to be cleaned up. But we did put this up, and there is metal on these doors now. Originally we just had the frames, so they've got metal now. And before the battery dies, let's see if I can get in here and show you the rest. If not, then I'm gonna have to charge the phone and come back later. Or charge the camera and come back later. Alright, so in here we cleaned up quite a bit. It doesn't really look like it because there's still crap everywhere. But a ton of stuff has been pulled out already. A lot. Cow's been getting in here, pooping on the floor. So this metal framing right here, this is a duplicate of one that we already had. We just added double doors and moved the door over. So this is going to get all wired up, and that'll be for quail and or pheasant if they show up. When they show up. More stuff cleaned out. And me and a buddy of mine welded up this door frame here. The doors, the cross braces. That's all been welded up. We did all that. None of that was here before. And we did a pretty crappy job, if I do say so myself. Now, I'm not much of a welder. Never. I mean, this is the first time I've ever really spent any time doing it. So it's a whole learning process for me. And we're using this old Miller stick welder. So this is, like I said, this is all, sorry, sun's in my face. So this is all a new project. We still have to hang the metal, and we have to do some rework. Like the cross beams, let me see if I can show you. In order to hang the metal, we have to do some more cutting over here, and that cross beam right there doesn't stick out far enough, and it's too narrow. So we need to cut another one and weld to the outside of those pipes right there in order to have something to screw the metal to. Because right now, that's not going to work because the metal's going to sit at an angle like that if it goes in. Everything else is pretty good. I mean, it's still going to sit kind of funky, but I guess during the fire that they had here a while back, warped the metal a little bit, and it pushed these bars out, so this top bar actually bows out, so it's not perfectly straight anymore. So that's kind of throwing us off. And again, how I mentioned the not thinking things through or not planning things through, well, that's part of it. We thought we knew what we were doing. Not so much, but we'll fix it. We'll make it right. It's not a big deal. Now the goal for this part of the building is to turn it into a shop. What I'd like to do is open it up so I can work on trailers, work on the tractor if need be, work on vehicles. I'd really like to restore my old GMC that I got. It's got a 1980 GMC C25. If you search back in like my first videos, you'll see it. It's a black truck. The engine blew on me. I was going too fast. And with that little turbo 350 transmission that's got in it, it just couldn't do 75, 80 miles an hour sustained. So, and all the roads out here in Texas are 70 plus. Unless you're in town. So trying to keep it flow with the pace of traffic and not get rear-ended, I played with it too much and blew the motor out of it. So there she is, just sitting there. What I'd like to do is strip her down all the way to the frame and do a complete restoration. Put a 700R4, I'm going to keep the original motor, rebuild it, put a 700R4 in it, give me that overdrive, and she'll be good. So that'll be my first restoration project. If it goes well, then I will do more projects in the future. Maybe work on some other trucks, buy some old step sides, and maybe a C10. I mean, they're a dime a dozen. It shouldn't be too hard to pick one up, fix it, sell it for a couple thousand. You know, just do the thing. And that's pretty much it. That's where we're at right now. So I'm gonna go charge up the camera. I'm gonna get started on that room, and I'll show you what it looks like when I get done today. All right, y'all. I got about as far as I'm going to get on this room. I ran out of trash bags, and I ran out of room to put the bags. So, here's what we're looking at now. Still got these two here. A little bit of stuff over there, some carpet, I can throw that in the burn pile. Some hangers, blanket. That radiator works, so we're keeping that. I know it works because we used it last winter. If I'm not mistaken, Rose wants that and that gone, so those will go to the burn pile. Still got this drywall to throw away. So that's definitely going to the burn pile. And this is what we pulled out of it. So, a lot more trash. than we had originally in here. But it's closer to the door, which means it's closer to getting out of here, which is what we need. So I'm gonna get the tractor, get it fired up, and start pulling all this burn stuff out. Alright, here's the tractor. Let's see if I can get this thing started. Well, battery got left on. Hopefully it'll start. That's probably my fault. So that was most definitely my fault. I was the last one to use this thing. Alright. Stop in. Brakes up. Clutch. Neutral. We got power. It's alive! Awesome. Alright. Got the AC going. Yes, the AC does work. Radio works. Knobs are all broken off though. Missing a speaker. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. Alright. Release the brakes. Reverse. Let's go with second gear. Ignition, and this time I'm going to go ahead and turn that battery stop off. I know it's starting, but I don't want to risk draining that battery trying to start this thing over and over again. But hopefully next time I start it'll be to head out of the burn pile. There you go. Battery stop right there. And we're good. Time to start loading this thing up. Fired back up and get going. spot that I'm heading to is the same place where I buried the tractor not too long ago, actually. But we haven't been getting a whole lot of rain lately. Little sprinkles here and there, a couple showers. So I think I'll be okay. Last time I was trying to pick up 4 telephone poles at one time, and all that way just buried the front end, as you can see. Got all the way up to the top of the rim, touching the frame. And this thing was good and stuck for about 3 days before I can get out there and get it out. Hopefully I don't do that again. Alright, let's see here. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Third shift. Alright, we're good to go. And normally we close this gate behind us because we got 2 donkeys and a cow out here. But, oh, well, yep. I was going to say I don't see the donkeys or the cows, but there's Rosie way out there. Let's see if we can zoom in on her. There she is. So if she sees me driving away with the tractor and she sees that gate open, she's going to make a run for it. So there's a bunch of square bills back there of alfalfa, and they will tear that up. So neutral, and back down this thing again. Oh, I'm getting old. Old and broken. Alright, let's get this gate closed. Alright. Alright. Next stop, burn pile. Hopefully it's not a permanent spot. You know, it's not too hot out here, but it is freaking humid. It sucks. Her hooves are all messed up. You got to make an appointment to take her in so you can get them cut. It's going to take multiple visits. She was definitely neglected for I don't even know how many freaking years. For it to get that bad, it had to have been for a while. There's a burn pile way out there. I'm not going through there because that is all swamp right now, and that'll stay swamp until like mid to late summer. this was about twice the size. Excuse me. So we're done. Now just back to the house. See those poles I was picking up, and it just rained. So as soon as I picked them up, they on the front end just whoop, right down into the sand. Buried it. So the way I got it out is I had these forks on there. I didn't have the bucket. So I just stick the forks on top of these logs, lift the hydraulics up as high as I could, start shoving stuff underneath it, pull it forward out of the hole. Now I went and used some old tires and made me a little rubber path. Worked out really well. Quite surprised. My cousin Matt's the one that actually suggested that to me. So we have a ton of old used tires just sitting around the property, especially around the barn. I'm in second gear. I'm going to speed up a little bit. Let's go to fifth. Get some speed. So he's the one that suggested it. Thank you, Matt. Kept Rose from murdering me in my sleep. Coated chicken wire all the way around it. The nylon is nice because it gives a little more rigidity and it won't rust and deteriorate over time. So it'll last, well, it'll last as long as that wood's going to last, if not longer. So we got to finish stapling it down, get that ready to go. That's going to get moved to its permanent location, and that is where the Polish are going to go. Excited about that. Those are some cool looking birds, man. I like them birds. Maybe I'll give you a little, for those of you that don't know what Polish are, they're pretty aggressive looking, like they're kind of mean looking the way their eyes are, and they got those poofs on the top of their heads, all feathers. And they're like big bald poofs, they look like mohawks, they flam off to the sides, they'll tilt forward, tilt back. I mean, there's come all kinds of different varieties, all different colors. They're really pretty. Mean looking, beautiful birds. We got a bunch of them, and they've been in the old quail barn for quite a while now, so they need to get moved from their cages that they're in outside so they can start semi-free range. We don't really want free range birds. Well, here, let me shut this off. It's getting kind of. There we go. We've got some free range birds, and those are our mutt birds. None of them are purebred. They're just kind of, you know, whatever hatched and survived, whatever the mamas hatch out. So we're going to let them do their thing in free range. We're not going to lock them up or nothing, but we really don't want too many free range birds, especially around the house, because a lot of the property is open. It's a lot of open pasture. The whole, you got 20 acres on the north side. You only got 20 acres on the south side. I think right here is like 3-4 acres where the house is at. But all the outbuildings and stuff are right here next to the house. There's nothing out on either end of the property. So we don't want chickens and turkeys and geese and ducks pooping on the cars and the trucks and the equipment in the house and because chicken poo is very acidic. They'll find it once they find a place where they like to roost. They'll sit there and they'll just poop all night long, and it just piles up. It stings. It attracts flies. We just don't want that stuff around the house. So not a lot of our chickens are gonna be free range. I mean, they'll have their bugs. They'll be outside. We'll move them around in the grass and let them eat the grass and all that stuff. And they'll scratch up their own food, whatever bugs get inside their coops. But for the most part, they'll be fed, and they're fed a mixture of pellet and chicken scratch. The chicken scratch is more so they have something to scratch at and peck at, because the pellets technically have all the nutrition that the birds really ever need. So, but I think that is going to be it for me for today. I'm going to be recording some more stuff, hopefully. I'm going to try to do an upload on Sundays. So we'll do some work around the farm on Saturdays, do a little bit more on Sundays if I'm off on Saturdays. But we'll definitely do some work on Sundays. And try to keep you guys posted. I'll do a better job of making videos and keeping videos going. Try to keep you guys in the loop and let you experience it as we experience it. Speaking of experience, I'll have another video on that here in a little while. Ooh, and it just started raining. Look at that. Probably can't see it all in raindrops. A little summer shower. Now the goats are hightailing it back to the barn. Let's see if we can zoom in on them. Yep, they're all coming out of the pasture, and they're making their way to their goat barn. So, I'm going to go outside, enjoy the little shower. Oop. Hello. Excellent. Whoa. Sorry. Yeah, I'm old. Alright, so that's it for me. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification, and you'll be notified whenever we have updates. If you like the videos, leave comments. If you got suggestions, comments, concerns, bitches, gripes, complaints, I don't care. Throw something down there. And I will holler at y'all later.